When it comes to fashion, few items evoke as much curiosity and conversation as the kilt and the skirt. At first glance, these two garments might seem similar, both being unfabricated forms of clothing that drape over the lower half of the body. However, the history, culture, significance, and design of kilts and skirts are vastly different. If you've ever wondered what distinguishes a kilt from a skirt, you're not alone. In this video, we'll dive deep into the key differences, origins, and modern-day interpretations of these two timeless garments. The kilt, steeped in rich tradition as a garment most famously associated with Scotland. Dating back to the 16th century, the kilt was originally a full-length piece of cloth known as the Great Kilt, which could be worn in various configurations. Over time, the design evolved into the more familiar small kilt or walking kilt worn around the waist. The tartan pattern on kilts symbolizing different clans hold significant cultural importance. Each design often represents the wearer's family history and Scottish heritage. On the other hand, skirts have a much broader and older history, appearing in various cultures across the globe for thousands of years. From ancient Egyptian tunics to Roman togas, skirts have been worn by men and women alike. Over time, skirts became more associated with women's fashion, though men's skirts, like the sarong or the traditional African kanga, are still widely worn in different parts of the world. Unlike the kilt, skirts are generally free from the cultural symbolism attached to the specific patterns or materials. Kilts are typically made from wool and feature a tartan pattern. They are pleated at the back and flat at the front, giving them a distinctive structure. Kilts are usually knee-length and worn with a belt and sporran, a pouch worn at the front. The construction of the kilt allows for freedom of movement while maintaining a tailored appearance. In terms of layering, a kilt often comes with accessories like kilt hose, long socks, and sometimes even a kilt pin for additional style and functionality. Skirts, on the other hand, come in a wide array of fabric, styles, and lengths. From mini skirts to floor-length gowns, the skirt is one of the most versatile garments in modern fashion. Unlike kilts, skirts are not defined by pleats or tartan patterns, and they are worn in virtually every setting, from casual to formal. The design of a skirt varies greatly depending on the designer's vision, whether it's meant to be form-fitting or flowy, minimalist, or heavily embellished. One of the major differences between kilts and skirts is the gendered perception of these garments. Traditionally, kilts are worn by men, particularly in Scotland or during cultural events. Though in modern times, women have embraced kilts as well. The garment is considered a symbol of masculinity and pride in Scottish culture. Kilts are often worn during formal events such as weddings, Highland Games, and other cultural ceremonies. Skirts, on the other hand, have largely been associated with women's fashion, especially in Western cultures. However, in recent years, skirts have been reintroduced into men's fashion on the runway and in everyday style, challenging gender norms. Designers are experimenting with skirts in various cuts and fabrics, redefining what it means to dress traditionally. While skirts are more ubiquitous and versatile, the kilt carries deep cultural importance, particularly for those of Scottish descent. Wearing a kilt is often seen as a tribute to one's heritage, especially when adorned with a family's tartan. The significance of the kilt extends far beyond fashion. It is a symbol of national pride and history. Conversely, skirts don't typically carry the same cultural weight in most societies, but they do hold social significance in terms of gender expression and fashion trends. Thanks for tuning in. Now that you know the differences between kilts and skirts, what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. See you in the next video.